Odds are you know a woman who will someday want to have kids. But do you know a woman who is adamant about never having kids, ever in her lifetime? Within the current childbearing age generations, more and more women are choosing to remain child-free by choice and are pursuing permanent sterilization to support that lifestyle. Unfortunately, these women are stigmatized, doubted, treated with skepticism, and are often told to wait in case they change their mind. For these reasons, I will share with you why giving women this right could be so impactful. I am a credible source on this topic because I have extensively researched this specific controversy to provide relevant, credible reasoning on this issue. Today I will be specifically discussing elective female sterilization for child-free by choice women and why women should have the right to permanently prevent unwanted pregnancy to fit their lifestyles. I will discuss what female sterilization is, talk about those who seek it and why it's an impactful right, and the changes it could make in our cultural views and systems. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to share with you is what sterilization is, because it can sound really scary and have a negative connotation. The Webster Dictionary defines sterilization as the process by which a living organism is made incapable of reproduction. Elective female sterilization is when a woman requests to undergo a surgical procedure that achieves this level of reliable prevention. Doctors use a specific surgical procedure called a tubal ligation, and there are two different methods for this. The first one being a mini laparotomy, which is an abdominal incision used to access the fallopian tubes to be cut. The second method is a laparoscopy, where an incision is made through the belly button and the tubes are cauterized and closed. If you refer to the image provided, you'll be able to see an example of a tubal ligation through the laparoscopy method. There are three different ways that can be achieved: through cauterization, being tied and cut, or being banded. Cauterization and tying and cutting are the most permanent forms of tubal ligation, while being banded is more likely to be reversible and is usually for people for postpartum procedures. Sterilization is a permanent form of birth control that is typically only performed when medically necessary or for women who are older, already have kids, and don't want to have any more kids. In this speech, we will solely focus on the population who would like to remain child-free by choice through the course of elective female sterilization. Child-free by choice is a term often used by a woman to identify with her desire not to have any kids in the present or the future. Women who have chosen this are often consistent in their thinking from a young age into their adulthood. Unfortunately, many women have testified for being denied for a tubal ligation by their doctors because of young age, the fact that they don't have any children, or the doubtfulness that they will someday change their mind. So now that I've talked about what sterilization is, let's go ahead and talk about my next point. Women should have the right to choose permanent prevention. After searching through many testimonials, I definitely found a pattern of women feeling unheard, questioned, or treated with skepticism by their doctors. In an article from Today Health and Wellness by Megan Holohan, she quotes Kelsey Silverstein, who says, "By the time I was 18, I had learned that there was a procedure that prevented women from getting pregnant, and I wanted one. During my annual exam with my OBGYN based in New Canaan, Connecticut, I asked if I could have a tubal ligation, which is a permanent way of preventing pregnancy by blocking, clipping, removing, or tying the fallopian tubes. She quickly refused. The doctor said I was too young and it was a procedure reserved for women in their 30s or 40s who had at least 2 children and knew they were done having children." In this article, the author describes Kelsey as someone who knew she didn't want to have kids by the time she was 16, started asking for a tubal ligation at the age of 18, and was required to have her husband's permission submitted to the doctor in order to have one at the age of 27, which is almost a decade of asking and requesting for her tubal ligation. Many other women who choose to be child-free by choice go through this, and it isn't right. This kind of response from doctors violates the full authority that women should have over their bodies. It mixes opinion with professionalism and does not allow the woman ownership in making that life-changing decision. There's also a gender role expectation on women that assumes all women, because they have the ability, at some point will want to bear a child. Having this choice fully benefits the individual and supports their right to be able to choose a long-term form of prevention that avoids rehoming a child or terminating a pregnancy that is unexpected. On that note, and now that we've talked about the individual impact, the third and final point I want to share with you is how this can have a larger impact on our country. Normalizing female sterilization for women who want to remain child-free could benefit both sides of the abortion debate, while also impacting the foster care system and adoption programs. The main common denominator in the abortion debate is the conflicting views of the fetus. Sterilization for this population of child-free by choice women is about prevention, not response to pregnancy. And this eliminates the basis of the abortion debate within these specific cases. On the pro-choice side, female sterilization fits the narrative, my body, my choice, perfectly. This also can allow permanent prevention and could show a decrease in time, money, and resources that are needed for abortion services. For those on the pro-life side of the argument, because there is no fetus to protect because of prevention, there's also no strong conviction to intervene because there's no fetus. In these cases, there would be a sense of win-win because women would have the right to choose for their body in terms of prevention, and pro-lifers would not have to fight for the rights of an unborn child if it does not exist yet. So normalizing sterilization could logically have a positive effect on the foster care system as well. Helping this population obtain reliable prevention eliminates the need for rehoming a child. In this, women who are sterilized but unlikely do change their mind could still become mothers through fostering and adopting. This is always an option, and it could be an option that helps rehome children in the future. So overall, sterilization could show a decrease in the amount of children put into rehoming systems, and it could also decrease the amount of children who remain in rehoming systems if child-free by choice women choose to change their mind. So now that we've talked about the ways that elective female sterilization could be beneficial, let's go ahead and conclude. Today we discussed the stigmas of female sterilization, the population of women who should have the right to benefit from it, and how it can have a larger impact on abortion, rehoming services, and childbearing in general. A woman's right to permanent prevention through female sterilization should not be left to doctors' personal opinions or reservations unless medically unsafe for a specific patient. Women should be seen as powerful in that they have the ability to create life and also have the ability to choose not to. Thank you.